It is becoming extremely difficult to defend William Samoei Ruto. His very closest allies who have been defending him on national TV fear coming for debates because William Ruto is tainted so much that you feel, even yourself, when you try to defend him, you feel awkward. And most of them who still brave and have got the audacity to come for those debates are humiliated because they literally stammer. One of the very closest allies of William Ruto is the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Gladys Shollei. Gladys has been a strong defender of William Samoei Ruto, coming all the way from 2013 to date. Today, she was on national TV. And the question of independence, institutional independence, came up. And Gladys is being asked, how independent are you when you make decisions? For example, when you impeached Rigathi Gachagua, did you make that decision out of scrutiny and looking at the merits and demerits, looking at the weight of that bill that was before you? And Gladys pretended to say that she's independent. But internet does not lie. She was given a video of herself telling William Ruto that I always obey your orders.
Be complaining like wananchi.
How independent
It is your job to get solutions.
This is my question, that how independent are you as the woman rep for Uasin Gishu County, for example, to make decisions? That's the question.
What do you mean, what independent to do what?
How independent is Parliament, in your view?
Believe me, there's so many. Parliament is an extremely powerful.
Okay, how independent?
Parliament is a very extremely powerful. Is a very powerful tool that you have. You can raise issues. Like the other day, we know that we had some issues with SHA.
We're out of time.
We got them
the question
to be
is,
summoned.
How independent are you as a member of that house?
I'm independent.
How independent were you, for example, when you look at the 11 charges against Rigathi Gachagua in the bill by Mwengi Mutuse?
Yes, I was very clear.
You did everything by your own?
Yes.
Why did you tell the public that it's President Ruto who directed you?
I was talking in my village. That's a different talk.
Okay. Then for accountability purposes, we can have this brief soundbite and take a look at what you said. You told the president this in December.
You are blowing the wind.
Okay, shortly we'll be getting this. This was in the aftermath of... yes, there we go.
I am grateful to be here to fellowship with you here today. It is a great day, and it's a day that we just give thanks. You know, I'm one of these people, I'm told to speak briefly, I speak briefly. Your Excellency, I'm your loyal foot soldier. When you tell me speak briefly, I speak briefly. If you tell me Gachagua ende nyumbani, Gachagua anaenda nyumbani. So I always follow orders, and I will follow those orders today, and therefore I'll be very brief. I've just come to say thank you, Your Excellency, for supporting this church. I also want to say thank you very much to Honorable Sudi, who spearheaded the construction of this church.
How do you respond to that?
No, by the way, let me tell you. Let me explain to you something. By the way, remember the president, that was his deputy.
Yes.
And by the time we made a decision as a coalition and coalition of other parties that we are going to support this cause, we lobby among ourselves. But of course, you have to ask the appointing authority if it's okay.
Okay.
So it was never about the charges. It was
so let's have the feedback.
The charges. Hold on.
Okay.
How many of you have ever seen Gladys Shollei stammering? That is my first time. And the reason why Gladys is stammering is because it has reached a point where you cannot defend William Samoei Ruto. When it comes to the independence of institutions, William Ruto has captured Parliament. William Ruto has captured the judiciary. William Ruto has captured the independent institutions like the office of the DPP, the DCI, the NIS, and people see what happens. Just the other day, when he was heckled, he ordered the DCI to go for the youths who heckled him. Those institutions are only independent on paper, but they swear their allegiance to the executive. And Gladys Shollei is being questioned. She represents the UDA camp that really support William Ruto. And the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is just but one of them. You could talk about the Finance Bill 2024. When Kenyans questioned and warned that we don't want this bill to pass, parliamentarians, instead of going there to listen to the people who elected them, decided to listen to William Ruto. That is how we ended up on the streets. People were killed, kidnapped, and all that. It didn't end there. Gladys was trying to defend the Taifa Care, saying that SHA is working when every Kenyan is crying foul. This thing is taking a lot of money, but it is not working. In fact, William Ruto is under pressure to return people back to the NHIF, which was working.
And says, and his members of parliament who really support him, you don't hear them from the people of Kenya. He has actually said that we have a very good health insurance scheme that now the people of Kenya are very happy. I was attending a Harambe in Nyahururu this weekend because now these are the people that we are offering services. The hospital bill is 1.2 million. SHA has paid 78,000. And you want those people to actually believe that they now have a very good insurance health fund. And they are actually very happy about it. I wonder whether Honorable Gladys Shollei actually knows that the funding model that she's speaking about has actually been scrapped now, and they have gone back to the old
There's reconsideration process.
Yeah, they have actually now gone to the old funding model, the one that she's now speaking about, because it was untenable. Why is it that this development that they are saying that Kenya is actually now a changed country, Kenya is moving country, Kenya is a growing country? Why is it that the people of Kenya cannot actually feel what she's actually saying? Why is it that this development and the things that they are speaking about are only being felt by the president and the members of parliament who actually support him? Why is it that the fertilizer that she speaks about of 7,500, if you go to farmers in Kuharaka, in Nyakio Ward, in Nyandarua, one of the highest producers of cabbages in Kenya, they will not tell you that they have seen that fertilizer. They actually have given up because they go for the fertilizer in Naivasha. They will go for it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a week after, 3 weeks, and they never get it. Unless you want to say that this fertilizer is only available to the people who are Senikishu.
And why did you support the fertilizer subsidy program by the government when you came to power?
Because when we started, and I have told you,
It was a good idea.
it was a very good idea. We have to increase productivity. If you are able to grow our economy, especially for the agricultural counties, we have to increase our productivity. Why would I not support Ayub? If indeed we are getting fertilizer cheaper than it was supposed to be gotten, but at the Okrao NCPB, people are not getting the fertilizer. At the Naivasha NCPB, people are not getting fertilizer.
Okay,
if they ever get fertilizer, let me finish. I also didn't disrupt you. If they ever get fertilizer,
I've kept Mohammed in the silence room for.
Okay, yeah, he's actually coming in. Yeah. If they get the fertilizer, and the fertilizer is actually substandard, is of low quality, it has sand, and there are things that we are getting from our people, why then do we continue supporting such a program?
Okay. Yes,
you know, the role of the counties, the county governments,
yes.
The governors are the ones you should hold to account, because they should have made sure that the fertilizer is distributed to every single outlet in the villages. So that, and you are a senator, and you're supposed to oversight governors. So why haven't you asked your governor?
I wish she was honest. If she was honest, you'd know that a part of the additional allocation to counties that we passed is fertilizer money to be given to the counties to buy the fertilizer themselves so that they can distribute.
Okay.
But President William Ruto and the administration, they actually refused.
Okay.
So how do you tell me you are the one that is buying the fertilizer, you bring it at your own convenient time, you bring it at the depot, you have your own person at the depot, and then you tell me that you now want me, after it is at the depot, to distribute. We actually
agriculture is devolved.
It's a devolved function. What is William Ruto doing with agriculture?
Okay.
Why is he buying fertilizer if it is devolved?
So this is your problem as the people in government. So it's not us or the president. You are part of Kenya Kwanza. Right?
It is. We are leaders.
Yes.
We are in parliament, and so when I see a problem, I don't point fingers at the president. I do my role as a legislator. So you, as a senator,
as legislators,
you as a senator,
our role by
Senator, let me ask her this.
You should summon his governor,
yes,
and ask why it's not been distributed. Today, I can confirm to you, like Elgeyo Marakwet County, they have distributed all the fertilizer is in the outlets in
what
the village.
What is saying? It's only working in Rift Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep quoting Rift Valley.
Of course,
no, but that's your job. What have you done as a senator?
So this is conditional allocation. I have passed that conditional allocation. I said, give these monies to the governors. What is the national executive doing with the part of agriculture?
That is something that you have proposed. But for now, but I'm just saying for now.
The Deputy Speaker raises very fundamental question, and allow
what are you doing as a senator? You can't just
This has been one of the very problems that is bedeviling Ruto's institution, Ruto's government. Many of his policies have ended up in court. You look at the SHA, the housing levy, you look at the university funding model, even before he took our policemen to Haiti, you look at the GMO, you look at the LGBTQ, all of them ended up in the courts. But I think he won all of them because, as we said earlier, he has captured all the institutions. He never listens to anyone. And when you come to think of it, that we have people who are in offices and they are being paid huge sums of money, that they are economic advisors, people like Ndi, people like Monica Juma, who are the security advisors. And you wonder, if he's not listening to any person, listening to anyone, who is he listening to? The former Attorney General, Justin Muturi, complained about the same. He has an office, he's the chief legal advisor of the government, but there are people who are very close to William Samoei Ruto, people like maybe Oscar Sudi, David Chirchir. Those are the people who dictate things. People like Farouk Kibet and Murkomen, the clique that come from Rift Valley. Those are the people he listens to. No wonder he rushes with the decisions, because those who are around him cannot tell him this is wrong. Either they fear him or they just want, they are part of the cheering squad, the praise and worship team that will always rubber stamp everything that William Ruto wants. They never once sit down to tell the president, we don't think this is right. Rigathi Gachagua used to say that William Ruto is a dictator. Anywhere he is, whatever he says must be rubber stamped. Even at the cabinet level, Rigathi is saying that that thing is not a house of debate. It should be a meeting where people debate and give their views. But he's saying that William Ruto would come with a proposal and it is ratified without any amendments, because all those whom he has appointed to work with him are mere slaves. They cannot give their opinions. You may think that they are experts, but they cannot be allowed to make their own decisions. And so it is going to be very difficult to defend William Ruto. You try defending him, he continues making many mistakes. And this is why we keep on saying, those who still believe that William Ruto will win the presidency in 2027, it can only happen if we have elections that are bungled. But in a free, fair, and verifiable election, it is going to be very difficult. Kenyans are tired. That is why his people are being heckled. That is why youths are heckling him. And when you see the way he reacts, he intimidates them. Instead of sitting down with them and trying to listen to them and understand the root cause of the problem, he believes that you cannot question him. Our democracy requires that you can criticize, you can picket and go to the streets. Now remember, when parliament is captured, the judiciary is captured, and these are the institutions that we entrust our affairs in their hands, then we don't have a country. They will always make decisions not based on what we want them to do as the people have elected them there. They will always listen to the executive. And I think today Gladys Shollei was placed in her corner. Like I said, I've never seen her stammer like that. Defending William Ruto is not very easy. Ukijaribu lazima utetemeke, because he's got very many mistakes. Very many mistakes.